Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to episode number 10 of the Al Dente Sports podcast. Quite a short turnaround from our previous episode. The next game of the greatest rivalry tour has been played against New Zealand and the Bulls. Not a good weekend if you're a Bulls supporter. Welcome, Flippy and Peter. What did you guys think of that one? I made a nice poster of it. Bulls running out 50 points to 19 winners on that.
Well, I can say at least I got on the scoreboard. It's more than another team can say. So hats off to them. Yeah, All Blacks were the better team on the day. Bulls had a few chances. I think they had one try scrapped off because of a knock, I believe. And yeah, man, All Blacks were just running circles around them.
Yeah, I don't know what to even say. I think I expected it to be big. I don't know if I'm pretty sure I predicted 30, but it was. I thought the Bulls were quite lucky to get something on the board. To be honest with you, it was absolutely smashed them. But I mean, this really bodes well for the first test. What do you think, Barry's?
I think for the first time, I'm actually gonna just congratulate the All Blacks team. Yeah, I think looking at the 3 matches so far in this tour. I mean, you can't actually, as a New Zealand supporter, ask anything better from them. I mean, they won a difficult one in Cape Town, blew away the Sharks, and blowing away the Bulls, a strong Bulls team for that matter. I think, it was a nice running game, good game to watch. The Bulls came out and wanted to run the ball. So that was exciting. Conditions were good, and I'm very impressed by New Zealand. I'm not quite sure how many of those players we will see in the first test, but some of the players that put up their hand was Anton Segner. He had, I think he was man of the match. He had an incredible game. He was just everywhere, slowing down the ball. He had turnovers. Just an all-round great performance from him. And then the same for Fabian Holland coming back from injury. I think he might even get a shot to start in that first test. He was very good. But I think solid performance. The Bulls, you could see it's their first game of the season. I mean, it's pre-season for them. So continuity and mistakes that we saw in the first half, it's actually to be expected. But in the second half, they came back charging. And they actually scored three beautiful tries. And New Zealand, as they do, very lethal once you give them time on the ball. And they showed it again this weekend. And I'm not sure. Quite a few people I talked to maybe thought the Bulls might have an outside chance here. But the New Zealand came through strongly. I'm not sure how you guys feel now compared to the start of the tour. Do you think the South Africans should be more worried than the start, or are you still quite confident that South Africa might come out on top in this series?
Yeah, I think they are playing against club rugby teams, so I'm not that worried, because most of the better players, it's harsh to say better players, but the Springbok players aren't in those teams. So you can't really compare them to the Springboks at this moment. So at this moment, I can only compare. I'll start worrying when we lose the first game, maybe. Then I'll start stressing. But at this moment, it's nothing to worry about.
Yeah, Flippy.
Very confident, Flippy.
Yeah, I must say he's very confident, very very confident. I wouldn't say I'm worried per se, but I think that this really bodes very well for this first test, because we're clearly going to play a very good team. I mean, we knew this, but this is just another indicator that the All Blacks, they don't mess around. This is going to be a proper game, and I do think we will be very strong, but it really depends on who we pick. I think if we pick some of our players who played in Argentina, then we will lack some, maybe not momentum, but I guess just kind of balance and fitness. So I think it's going to be very interesting who he picks. If it was me, I'd probably pick the informed players. I'd probably put Eben on the bench, those big guys who were playing against Argentina. But I think there will very much be, they will put up a fight. I expect them to put a few points on the scoreboard for sure. But also going to be very curious to see what the All Blacks, who Dave Rennie picks. I think he's got a bit of a dream of a selection headache now, especially with Richie Mo'unga as well. So yeah, honestly can't wait. I think it's going to be an absolute belter, and unfortunately the Bulls just not good enough.
Yeah, and I think some of the Bulls players that did impress me was Jock Rudolph. He had actually a very good game. Was an immense at the breakdown, and I think that might be a clue to Rassie what type of player he needs to pick in that squad. I mean, with New Zealand's running game, a lot of rucks are being formed, and if you do have a good jackler, there are going to be opportunities to turn over the ball at ruck time. And that one name that definitely then jumps into my head is Paul de Villiers at number 6. I would not be surprised if Rassie starts him in the first test, because we did see the jacklers in the provincial team have some success, and that might be a good shout to start Paul de Villiers. So yeah, I think Rassie might explore these avenues, but a lot of guys from the New Zealand team that impressed me. This guy that came off the bench, Temosi Tavanawai, is an absolute beast of a center. I think he bumped who was that? Stateman Gans. A few meters back on one of his carries. He was an absolute wrecking ball. And then their wings, Josh Morby, Leroy Carter, both scoring 2 tries. They've got such, and even their other replacement, Narawa, they always have an abundance of quality wingers. I'm not sure who you guys think might be their 2 starting wingers. Definitely Will Jordan, but there's a lot of options for that other wing.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think it's
probably.
anyone's guess, to be honest.
Yeah, I think at the moment, I think Morby and Clark might be the starting wings at the moment. What I've
In
seen
front of
from
Will
them.
Jordan.
Yeah, Will Jordan in 15 perhaps, because I know he's played that position before. So because that back three might be dangerous.
Yeah, I don't see them moving away from Mackenzie at fullback.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, Will Jordan. But the one thing that Caleb Clark does quite well is good under the high ball. And yeah, I think the game against the Bulls also, the Bulls playing more running rugby than the Boks will play, and that also played a bit into New Zealand's hands. The more structured kicking territory set piece game the Bulls played, the more the better they got in the game. And I think the Boks, it's all about the matchup. I think the Boks style of play is the perfect antidote to what the All Blacks are trying to do. So that's why it's going to be so interesting to see which style of play comes out on top.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's going to be quite fascinating to see what they do. I think they'll both probably try and Rassie and Dave will probably try and outthink each other, and we might just see a double bluff going on, you know? It's going to be very interesting to see when Rassie names his team. And I wonder if Dave Rennie will panic and make some changes, because we can almost be sure that Rassie will go first with this. I wouldn't be surprised if the team's dropped tomorrow. It'll be very interesting to see what happens with the mind games in the press conferences as well.
You think Rassie has followed the coach Twitter page yet? Or
The what?
Oh, on X.
the Twitter or the X? I don't know what account it is. An X account.
Following-
account. Yeah.
Following the New Zealand rugby one, 100%.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm sure you'll have a look at that. But just if we had to guess a 15 that Rassie's gonna pick, do you guys still see our front row as Ox, Marks, and Thomas? I think I'm pretty sure he's gonna start with that. But I'm not sure at lock time who he's going to pick.
Yeah,
do you
that's
guys
gonna be
think
the
he's
big
going
one.
with? Yeah, and the other big one is the fly-off debate. Who do you guys think is he going to start at the fly-off for the Boks?
I would pick Andre, I'll be honest. That's what I would do. I just think it's first test. Playing at altitude, he's played up there many times for how long he's been playing up there. I would probably go Andre first test, settle the nerves. I don't think Sasha's fit enough yet, to be honest, to do it.
No.
But I think if it was me, I'd probably go Andre and Money on the bench.
Yeah, I think I'll probably make the same decision. I know I got tuned for calling Andre Vanilla last time, but I think for the first match, I think Andre would come in. He'll fit in perfectly there, just to see what New Zealand's game tactics will be, and knowing Andre, he'll follow the coach's directions to the T. and
Yeah.
hopefully he can kick the game the way he wants to and bring it home for us.
And then because Rassi likes the 9-10 combo, then Krappis is usually the one
Krappis,
playing with
exactly.
O'Mornay. Yeah, I think he might look to, because I think in the Nations Championship the England game was very close to our best team at the time, and he played Marnie in that game. And I believe that was also at Ellis Park. So I think he might be leaning to Marnie and Grant Williams. That's the combo he usually goes for. But yeah, I mean, Pollard,
Cheslin kicking that goal.
yeah, that will also be interesting to see if Cheslin, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So he kicked well in the game against England. So
Very well.
I won't be surprised if we see Cheslin kicking that goal. And yeah, I think the centers will still be Damien and Jesse. Damien's gonna go out for his hundredth game. So yeah, what a big moment for him. And I hope the team steps up to bring it home for him. And then I think Peter Steff might be getting his 100 in Cape Town. So it's going to be big moments all around.
That's incredible that 100 tests now. 2 World Cups later. Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
No,
he deserves
it's,
a little bit of it. So
Yeah, and I think ranking the best for the best centers in the recent past, before Damien Dialende, we had John de Villiers, also a very good player. But I think, with the World Cup wins and the consistency, I think he might just be ranked above him in the ranking list.
We
What
can't
do you
have
guys
that
think?
many inside centers who've got 100 caps. I know Jean de Villiers has, but I mean,
Mm.
I don't think we have many of them. I'm trying to think in recent history who would have played there a long time. They always said back in the day it was like Michiel du Plessis used to play there. But I mean, David Barry
Yeah.
didn't play that long. Trying to think who. Well, inside center now. Obviously, we had Jacques Fourie
Mm.
who must have got about 100 caps as well. But it's not a
Yeah.
position you hold for very long, apparently, until he came along. It's quite incredible.
what position did Donny Gerbers play? Wasn't he a centre?
I think he
Or
played
am I-
outside.
Might be
Outside
outside.
centre. Fine.
Also, I think many dubbing him as the greatest of all time. Was a bit before my era of watching. The videos that I did see was very impressive. But yeah, just in the last 20-30 years, Damien for the Boks. And I mean, talking about center combinations,
Yeah.
Damien and Jesse, one of the most iconic, in the modern, in the last 20 years. I think the only other iconic one you do think of is Omar Anonu and Conrad Smith.
Exactly.
I think the amount of games they have played together now, surpassing Jacques Fourie and John de Villiers, and also Damien Dialende and Lucanio Am.
On your arm.
So it's amazing how well they play together. And I mean, JC, I mean, he's been incredible since Lucanio had that injury, and he's getting a lot more game time.
Yeah, I
This also
remember
shows
that.
Yeah,
Sorry, Flippy. It's just it just also shows with JC. Just I mean, we speak about how long they've played together, but do you think he did what did he play one game in 2019 at the World Cup? It's incredible. It's just how since then it also just shows, and I think also what a special coach Rassi is at the end of the day as well, for Jesse having waited, and then obviously Lucanio got injured and Jesse started playing, and he never gave it up again. And even when Lucanio came back, he could have switched them back around. He could have left Jesse back out again. I mean, Lucanio had just won a World Cup with us and was probably the best player at that 2019 World Cup. But just credit to Jesse and to the coaching staff of just working so hard and just never letting it slip again. I mean, the consistency of that guy is just incredible. Leading us, captaining us a few games as well, even when Damien and
Yeah.
Darlene that he plays, because there's no one who can do what he does at outside center. I think it's just it's such a difficult position as well. So incredible respect and credit to Jesse.
Yeah, I
and
was
always
basically
running
gonna
the
say this.
defense.
Yeah, I was basically going to say the same about Lukaya and JC. Lukaya was he was a beast in that 2019 World Cup.
That try in the
And
final.
They're trying the final, giving it
Kick
to
as fast as
Mapimpi.
Mapimpi.
Yeah,
I mean,
unfortunately,
No.
it got left behind there with a handshake, but
yes, I remember that.
I remember that.
yeah,
Pimpy leaving.
yeah, and you thought Lukai had that position locked down for the next few years, and
Yeah.
yeah, unfortunately for the injury, but Jesse stepped up completely and made that spot his own. And you never saw, even with how good Lukai is and was, you can't see him take that position away from Jesse Kriel at the moment. Like it's Jesse Kriel made it so hard to replace him. It's
How old is he
incredible.
now?
I think he's
Yeah.
30 maybe.
He's definitely in
Yeah.
his 30s,
Yeah, around there. I'm not
Probably
100% sure.
Yeah. Must be quite close.
but
to that.
definitely in playing in Japan, I think also extends
Yeah.
his career. And I mean that guy is almost 100% muscle. He's
Yeah.
they don't call him muscle tech for nothing. He's definitely just spieren all round.
Exactly.
But yeah,
His body
looking
fat
in
is definitely at about 8%.
definitely. But looking at that first test, in what areas do you guys think the Boks can should target New Zealand, or what's going to be the recipe for success for the Bokke to tackle this All Blacks running game?
Yeah, I think it's going to be the one that critics hate the most, and it's going to be at the scrums. Dominate them at fronts and go from there. And I think it's going to be a kicking game as well at some points, because even with our backline being as good as it is, I think they still have more skilled players to actually run with the ball at this moment. So we're still slowly getting there. Where our running game has improved has improved. Let's keep it there. And compared to a few years back, so it's good to see we started running more with the ball. But All Blacks, they're basically known for their running ball rugby, so I don't think we're going to beat them there. High ball kicks is going to be, I think, one of the keys, and at the breakdown at the scrums. So yeah, got to batter them.
I think the scrums, obviously, Flippy's bang on about the scrums. I think where we might see the game won and lost. Flippy I think is great, right with the high ball as well. But I really think where it will be won and lost is, I think, because they're still a new team, can they keep up if we really start battering them? If we're really giving it to our forwards over and over and over and over again, they're being clapped in the scrums, are they disciplined enough to not give penalties away? I think with a new team, it's still early doors, and we've been seeing them all across these 3 games giving away a lot of penalties, especially against the Stormers. So I think that is something I think if we can, that's again why I would play Andre, because I think we will get a lot. We'll get a couple each half. So I think there will be chances to kick at the posts more often than not. So I think that's the one, and then we'll just have to see if they can, depending on the speed of the game as well, if they can last 80 minutes. Because they, like Flip says, they play amazing rugby, but they weren't exactly doing it under Scott Robinson much. So I think it will take its toll at altitude as well. I think it will be quite difficult up there.
So
One thing I also want to hopefully not see is the unforced errors from the Springboks sometimes, because the score line, it doesn't tell the full story all the time. I know we're on a winning streak now at the moment, but the amount of unforced errors sometimes the Springboks makes is worrying, and if we play against a team like the All Blacks, they might punish us for that. So hopefully we can bring those unforced errors, make them less, basically.
Yes, and I think Flippy, and we're at the point now, we're at the 3 games in the Nations Championship, the one against Argentina, so everybody has had a run. So I don't think there should be excuses when it comes to handling errors, especially. We've had enough time this season, enough game time for the players. So let's hope, that's sorted out. But as you guys said, I think the one big advantage is scrum time for the Boks, and we'll definitely look to target that area against the All Blacks. And also the penalty count, like you alluded, that I think the team that's going to manage to get the least amount of penalties, which often leads to yellow cards, they might just kind of come out on top. So the discipline is going to be massive. I think the driving maul is going to be big, because we have seen some of the teams getting some success in the maul against the All Blacks. So that area, the kicking game needs to be good. And then the last one I would say is the breakdown. I think there's some weaknesses there, because they play a lot with ball in hand, and there are going to be a lot of rucks where people like Malcolm Marks Jasper Wiese, Paul de Villiers can, and even the backline. I mean, Damien, Jesse, they're not also scared to go for the ball. So
They put Dion Fourie on the
yeah,
bench for that.
Dion Fourie, and that's why I think Rassie gave him a call. I mean, once Paul de Villiers has emptied the tank, I mean, you can bring on Dion. Or even the other way around. I mean, but I definitely think you need that Heinrich Bressou character in every test, one starting and one coming off the bench, because I think especially this time round there, I think there's a weakness there that the Boks can exploit. But I think the score prediction, I don't think we'll chat before the first test. So what do you guys think is going to be that prediction first test against the All Blacks at Ellis Park?
Ooh, yeah, that's going to be a difficult one.
You're gonna go first.
I think I'm going to go.
Varys goes first. Varys never goes
Yeah,
first.
let's go Varys first, yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind going first. I think at Ellis Park, if the weather plays along, which I think it should, it's going to be quite a high scoring game. But I think definitely I'm going to go for the Boks by 15.
I should have gone first. I also wanted to say 15, but I think I was confident earlier, so I think I'm going to go a little bit higher, and I'm going to say by 18. Only slightly, but yeah.
Yeah, I thought when you said a bit higher, I thought you'd actually go higher. Box by 12. Let's. I think
Conservative.
We've been doing this way too often lately, where the three of us pick so close to each other, and then other oaks are killing us in the leagues because they're not picking near
Yeah,
us.
no bonus points and margins.
No bonus points. I saw one. I don't know if you guys saw that. I'm sure we'll get to it. The Cheetahs one. But I was genuinely so annoyed with that. I think I called 11 points and it was a 10-point difference, and someone called 10 points. So he got 2 points and I got 1.75, and I'm genuinely quite annoyed by this because I'm like, come on, man, what are the chances of someone picking 1 point above me and scoring?
No,
Nonsense.
that's the thing in these bigger groups.
Yeah.
All the scores are taken.
All
Looking
the
at the log, let me zoom in. Leaderboard. We've got our group up to 52 people. Friedrich with the yellow cap. JP, Trailer higher. The
Yeah.
trailers are doing good. Johan L, top 3. So, and there's obviously the win point for most people, because the first 3 games were quite easy to pick. Let's see where
Guys.
the rest of us hang
What?
out. Peter,
19 spots.
9.
How did
Up,
I
yeah,
not
that's
get
not-
yellow cap if I moved up 19 places? Come on, man.
It's that bonus point, I think.
It shows
where
how far
at
down I was.
32.
If I was 19 spots down, it shows how far down I was.
Flippy.
Your
Yeah,
amateur
right,
even
points.
was-
Yeah, 2 people not picking, 1 with 1.5. But I think, it's definitely in the next matches. I'm gonna see if there's any. Definitely, I'm gonna see if anyone's gonna pick the All Blacks, and I'll give a shout out if it goes that way or even the other way.
Yeah, Varys.
yeah.
I see Varys changing his mind on this one very much.
No, look, it's 2026. It's not 2020 or that year's. Gotta back your boykies.
Gotta go back.
But that's not the only rock.
He always used to tell us that he often picks against the teams he supports, because then whichever way it goes, he wins. So I can see him doing something like this again, where he wins either way. Either the Bokke win and he's wrong, or he wins because he was right. So
So you've got one thing going for you. Yeah, sometimes I do that. And I think we come to the al dente moment of the week section. What have you guys have for us this weekend? I'll go first, and then I'll see what you guys have. But for me, 100% the moment of the week is Bangladesh.
Come on, Varys.
winning I knew I had to go first. Bangladesh winning their first ever test against Australia in Australia, and I mean not just winning. total domination.
Killing
And
them, yeah, amazing.
yeah, definitely worrying signs for Australia, but kudos to Bangladesh
Did
getting
you
that win over.
did you see Varys? Did you see how the commentators went in on them?
Yeah,
My,
the
my
Ricky
word.
Pontings and yeah, but I mean the commentators were they're not used to this. I mean the
No.
previous. I mean it's the first time happening, so a lot of those players were part of the best Australian team ever. So yeah, it's tough being an Australian side. The expectations always there to win every test. But yeah, Flippy, what was your moment of the week?
I think my moment should be not the moment, but the game in total. The Cheetahs and the versus the Bulls. I think I'll
Yes.
take that as my moments of the week. A very high scoring game. I think over 100 points were scored. Cheetahs dominating the Bulls, and then the Bulls with a almost coming back with from nothing. And yeah, just an
No,
amazing game. So yeah, I think I'll take that as my moment of the week.
good one.
Yeah.
Peter, did you need to know you have to have a backup one as
Yeah,
well.
I do have
You
a
can't
backup,
just
but
come
it's
with
I
one
mean
opportunity.
it's just not the same levels, you know. I mean, what I was really planning on going into this moment of the week already before the weekend even happened, I was gonna go picking the Lions winning, but I'm sure you all saw what happened there when they bloody
No.
capitulated at Ellis Park against Boland. But no, it would
Mm,
have to be the Pumas getting back to winning ways against the Stormers. You know, Stormers might be
no.
my second team because I've lived in Cape Town for long enough. But you gotta love the smaller franchises absolutely smacking the bigger ones. It is great to see. So yeah, I was very chuffed to see the Pumas back on form. I think they've won 3 in a row now, haven't they?
Yeah, I think the Pumas. Yeah, they. You can have a look at the just the matches here and the Currie Cup in a whole. But I think the Pumas are on a 2 or 3 game winning streak. Let's see,
Mm,
last week Pumas winning. I think they lost their first 2 games, and then
yes.
they came. Yeah, and then they. Let's see, Pumas.
Yeah, they had a
Yeah,
tough
actually,
start.
the Pumas lost their first 3 games, and then they're bouncing back with 2 wins, so they're catching
Great.
some momentum here. But definitely a good weekend, and I don't think a lot of people expected Boland. Continue 11% of people picking Boland to get one over the Lions. None in our group picked, yeah, Boland. But yeah, they actually just to think. I think from a couple of years back, Boland wasn't beating these teams, and I
Yeah.
think it's only in the last 2 years where Boland has really stepped the game. They made Wellington and fortress, so
Mm.
making it tough to win for other teams to win in Wellington, and then yeah, topping them off with some beautiful wins away from home as well.
I don't know if you guys watched it either, but that first half, the Lions were brilliant. And then just
Mm,
towards the end of it, things just turned, and that was it. Well, just absolutely smacked them. It was quite incredible watching it. I might have been watching it a bit at work, and then I was just absolutely astounded when they came back
mm,
like that. Maybe it's because there was
Yeah,
no fans. They played 3 o'clock on a Friday, which is insane. But
mm,
yeah, very
yeah, I
weird.
think Lions were ahead. I think in the first 15 minutes they were ahead by 17-0, and then just Boland came back and started smashing them.
fighting. Mm.
Lions tried to come back at the end, but just Boland did their job, so there was not much for them to do. So
Oof. Flippy, should we be listening to you with your wooden spoon down there? Goodness
Yeah,
gracious,
see,
I just
I've
sneakily
got
saw that.
something for you,
Sorry.
Flippy.
Yeah. The man with
uh,
the yellow cap also. That is well done. Well
I've
done.
got my yellow
yeah,
cap on as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
yeah. I don't have the yellow cap on me, but or the wooden spoon, but I have my kitty.
Kiwi. So yeah, Griek was winning the Sharks, and I think yeah most of the people expected that one. I mean, if your name is Sharky 10, you gotta pick the Sharks.
Has to.
And then Pity Boy also getting it wrong, but Griek was they definitely for me the team to beat.
They were brilliant.
Um, they were brilliant, and I think I looked at some of the statistics here on the side. I think in the top 5 or at the top two of the top try scorers are Griquas, and in the top 10 or so they've got 5 in the top 10. Most of them scoring more tries than matches, so I mean, you can see it by the scores they're putting up. Griquas gets my early pick to actually win this Currie Cup. But the Sharks, I think they started off well, but then the Griquas also just running away with it at the end.
I must say, your congratulations to Wally. He's absolutely clapping us in this. Goodness me, he's got quite a lead going there.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to catch him. But I mean, if Griquas playing Kimberley, it's like playing in Wellington. It's not, you're not going to, the odds say the same thing, you're not going to win them yet. And then Pumas winning VP at home. I think this was more a split decision. We had a couple of Oaks going for the Stormers. Flippy.
Yep.
Backing the Boykies.
That's
Pumas.
That's his wooden spoon there. It's coming from the Stormers for sure.
Yeah, and then that magnificent. By some point I watched the game today. At halftime it was like 47 or something, 17 for the Cheetahs. And then they were at like 30 points ahead in the second half, and then the Bulls came to within 7 points at the end, and it was just a crazy match. Cheetahs finishing with 13 men on the field. But the top try scorer this tournament, Prince Nkabinde, scoring another brace, and he's impressed me so much. He's just a try scoring machine. 7 tries in 4 matches. I mean, if he goes on like this, there will definitely be records broken. Are there any players for you guys in the Currie Cup that you feel put up their hand and we were quite impressed by?
There's the one who plays I think he plays for the Lions, Ramo Kubeka, the flank, who I think is brilliant. He also played really well for the under 20s. But yeah, I'm yet to see him, unless I missed it, I'm yet to see him have a start. So that's one I'm particularly excited for. He's an absolute beast. Reminds me a bit of Pep Telesi actually, but I feel like he's maybe a bit strong carrying on the ball. But he's one I've been can't wait to see him get going more. This is why I watch the Currie Cup, to see these youngsters play.
Yes. No, he's been impressive. Flipping.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen a player that's really stepped it. I'm gonna sound harsh now again.
Coach Flippy.
Yeah, I'm a harsh coach. There's not one that, if I had to, probably actually a Boland Cavaliers player. I'm not sure what his name is though. That I think he's a prop for Boland. He's a beast of a player. So he's the one who's been actually, for me, showing he wants to actually go a little bit further. But yeah, I'm a little harsh. Not complete yet. I haven't seen the player perform that well for me yet.
We'll get the name for the viewers next time.
Yeah.
But for me, I mean, it's hard not to pick out of the Griquas team. I mean, their wings, Gershon Ware, he had last year also had a very good season, and this year, obviously, going on where he left off last year, and then also Dylan Mart on the other wing. I mean, they've just been running riot, and their one centre, they've also been playing well, but the 2 wings of the Griquas, they're dangerous, man. They do try scoring machines. Even Prince Nkabinde of the Cheetahs seems to find that score, the try line with absolute ease.
I think we also spoke about Puff obviously in the first week, but just what he's done to this team is quite incredible. For the guys who barely qualified for the Currie Cup, to be playing like this, it's really something else. Frans Steyn has pulled a blinder by bringing him in there. He seems to have really tied the forwards and the back line together. Just showing us that he's a cut above. What a player. Yeah,
no, I definitely agree. and it's almost exactly the same thing that happened when Ruan Pienaar came back a couple of years back. Even Frans Steyn played a couple of games for the Cheetahs, just getting some old Springboks. I mean, it's not even experienced Springbok players, and it just lifts the level of the team. Faf didn't even play today, but the Cheetahs look a different team. Like you said, they barely qualified for the Currie Cup, and I think they're in a second at the moment on the log. So yeah, kudos for that signing, and I think Cheetahs are also going to be difficult to beat. Going forward. But the weekend's matchups, we've got Pumas Griquas, and what do you
You haven't
guys
made your
think
picks
there?
yet, Perry, I see.
I was about to say
Yeah,
that.
I'm not
I
making the
was
same
about
mistake.
to say that. That's a huge game. My word.
Yeah, Pumas playing at home, Griquas on hot form. What do you guys think here, Peter Flippy? If you have a quick guess here.
I think I'm gonna pick the Griquas at this game, but don't trust my opinion because with my position in the log, going Griquas, you might want to go for the Pumas now. So
I was going to go with the Griquas, but I'm absolutely now going to go with the Pumas. I'll go Pumas by 10. Let's go Pumas!
Yeah, if you look at momentum, definitely Pumas losing their first two on a 3-game winning streak. Yeah, it's hard to go against the Pumas, but it's also hard not to pick the Griquas. So I think I might look for the Griquas on this one.
Not a
just
draw.
by 10 or so.
Good
No, not a
draw.
draw.
Not
I
gonna
never
go
pick
for
a
the
draw. No, never.
That's madness.
You guys think the Blue Bulls will win one this weekend?
No.
No, absolutely
I
not.
actually think it's they're gonna bounce back at one stage, and I think it's gonna be this game. The other team that also hasn't impressed me as much is the Stormers, so I
Yeah.
think
You're
it's
gonna have to put
the
your money where
bottom
your
of the
mouth is
log.
with this then, That is, you're gonna actually have to pick them, not just say you're gonna pick them. There we go.
I'll say
There we
Big
go.
team.
Here we go.
and locked in.
Hey!
Okay. Whoa. Locked as well.
Yeah.
That is mad. What have we just witnessed?
Okay, Sharks and Lions, guys. This you
Yo,
think
this is
Nonu's gonna get the things right there at the Sharks? They lost
Nope.
a big
I
one
think,
to the
I think the
Griquas.
Lions. See, the one danger of this is that Krappis is not going to be playing for the Lions anymore now. Quite likely this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a bit of a problem that they'll probably lose. I think they'll probably just lose him. But I mean, I'm gonna have to go with my boys. I'm gonna Lions by 10, maybe 15.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, but aren't Lions playing the All Blacks midweek? So they might have a little depleted squad there. So,
Yes, but they play.
No, it's gonna be the URC team.
The URC squad.
Yeah, I'm confusing the two. Yeah, I think
Which
I'm gonna go
probably-
with Sharks actually. They can't keep on going with this bad form. I know Lions are on a losing streak at the moment, but the Sharks look terrible at the moment. Hopefully they can turn around. So I'm actually gonna go with this is gonna be my wild card pick, the Sharks actually. So going against the Lions.
I'm just. I'm just gonna go for the home team on this one. Maybe if they Nonu gets a run out there, just to get the momentum or something. But
We
yeah,
should probably just give a shout out to our friend of the pod, Albert. There, I see he's slowly climbing this tree.
Yeah.
yeah,
Quite impressive,
Albert's,
leaving the apparent
going
experts
under the
in his
radar.
dust. It's,
Yeah.
I think Joplus and Wally should definitely watch their back there.
yeah. Albert's on the charge. Also, almost like the Pumas doing
Let's
the
hope he
night
picks the
charge. Yeah.
Lions.
And then Cheetahs and Boland. I think this might
Wow.
also be one of the most difficult ones. Yeah, looking at the Cheetahs today, they were on fire in that first half, and yeah, but the second half actually they almost blew a 30-point lead, But I think I might just stick with the Cheetahs here. I think Faf maybe would be back. So yeah, Cheetahs at home.
Yeah, we'll see how long Taveri keeps that Cheetah score, because I'm actually also going for the Cheetahs. So he might change his pick coming to But yeah, also going with the Cheetahs.
I was gonna go with the Cheetahs, but I think I'm actually gonna go with Boland.
Mm.
Not simply because of Flippy. I don't know.
I was wondering.
I think these games
I
are.
mean, they beat the Lions away from home.
My only worry would be that last week might have taken a lot, and they're traveling for. But now they're not home again for I think until the next game. So that's the
It's
only
the
thing
third game on the row.
yeah, which worries me a little bit. But I think I might go with Boland. I was very impressed with them at Ellis Park. But yeah, going to play at the graveyard in Bloem is not easy.
No, definitely. Yeah, okay. I think there's only this round and then the next round, and then we're off to playoffs. Then the top four go to semi-finals. So the Currie Cup almost at the back end of the tournament, and I think the top four, is gonna be the Griquas, the Cheetahs, and then the Lions. I think might sneak it in, and then maybe the VP, maybe the Sharp Boland. It would be amazing if the smaller unions all make the playoffs.
I think it will be different as well this year to last year, because last year we had, just before the end, I think by round 6, we had a lot of the Springboks coming back, and I thought that was it's great, but it's also a bit frustrating, because then I think then they kind of pull the other teams the finger out essentially, and really it upsets the balance of it. So I think with our extended greatest rivalry, we're actually quite lucky, because I don't think we won't see much of that. So that's actually pretty great, I think. For the Bulls, they're gonna have to do something insanely special, but I don't think it's possible anymore. So that's actually gonna make it quite cool and good for these players, good exposure for them as well.
Yeah. So we'll keep an eye on it. Another tournament that was ongoing, it was the SA Schools tournament. It played off in the northern suburbs. South African under 18s and the under 18 A team, essentially the B team, ending out on top. Not much more to say, but just to see that the next generation is looking healthy. Both the teams going unbeaten, and the other teams struggling. I'm not sure why some of the other teams have played more games or less games, but the South African teams are strong.
It's amazing to see Italy up there. That's very, very cool to see. But I can't grasp why some have played so few and some have played so many.
Yeah, it depends probably on the scheduling and opportunities to actually play. Maybe South Africa's a little behind with their scheduling, or there weren't many opportunities to actually send a team out or welcome a team here. So maybe with the international games at the moment, there's just not enough time maybe. So hopefully coming closer to the end of the year, they'll play a little bit more, because some teams have played 7 already and we've only played 3. So I'd like to see them actually play a little bit more. So hopefully they can get that done.
Yeah, I think 3 games is still too little to tell, but it looks promising. I actually watched some of the games. They streamed it on YouTube, the official SA Rugby page.
It was actually on SuperSport as well,
SuperSport schools or something. So it was actually good to see, the level at the moment where schoolboys are playing at, it's crazy, and these guys are big and they are fast and they are talented, even the other countries. So it's nice to see that rugby is alive and kicking in the country. And also some of the other rugby news is Leskies and his Wallabies played 2-match series against Japan. I'm not sure if you guys were aware of that one,
No.
but they went last weekend to Japan and they ran out 35-32 winners, and then this week in Australia winning 56-17 against Japan. Yeah, so nice to see them. Yeah.
The scoreline's a little bit confusing because they went there and with a close margin just basically beat them, but coming home and then with such a large margin. So Japan is again showing they can actually be a bogey team. Their form is up and down all the time. Like they could have won that game, but unfortunately, Australia is still a very strong team, and then playing away just crumble apart. So I'm not sure if it's just like the home advantage coming in play here, or just Japan only has so many players to actually play, and they were just battered the first game. So not sure what happened there.
I think we're also seeing Australia trying to build consistency. I think it takes years. So I think we're seeing a bit of. I think it's not only Japan struggling away from home, but I think they are struggling to build consistency. The Aussies. I think they'll be very chuffed having 2 wins in a row, because I mean, think how frustrating they were in the Nations League when they just short. So I think should be good for the 27 World Cup. I think they will be a threat.
Yeah, we need a strong Australian team when the tournament's in Australia. So yeah, I'm happy to see Leski's getting off with the 2 wins against a strong Japan side. I still think Japan is on their way up, and I believe they will in the near future. I won't be surprised if they knock one of the big teams over. I mean, they came very close somewhere in the Nations Champs, or they were competitive in most of the games. And I do see Eddie Jones bringing in youngsters that are playing well. So we'll keep an eye on them, the Brave Blossoms. I'm sure we'll see them blossom and win a big one in the near future. And then also hoping Australia. We actually do play Australia later in this year, somewhere in September. So that's also going to be Australia's in a sense almost a bogey team for us.
Exactly.
I think they were the last team or almost the last team to win us before New Zealand. So yeah, that's going to be good to see. Some transfer news
on the Super Brew front. I mean, we've not had many picks. I was going on today to try and make picks, and I saw the next one's on Wednesday, so I picked them already. But I mean, it's quiet. It's dead quiet. I'm missing the days of the World Cup and the Tour de France and just everything going on at the same time.
What about IPL? Should
I don't miss that. That was terrible.
Yes, I saw some transfer news. I'm not sure how official it is, but Malcolm Marx is talking to the Bulls for a possible signing. That would be massive. I think they would definitely need to open their wallets very wide to get him to play for the Bulls. But what do you guys think of that?
Yeah, I think he'll be amazing for the Bulls. I would hate to see him play for the Bulls, to be honest. I'd rather see him at the Stormers, but but yeah, I think he'll fit in perfectly there. You know what he brings. He'll bring a whole new dimension to that Bulls squad, and maybe this time they can actually win a final in the URC.
Yeah, it would be incredible if they can pull that off, but I don't see how they can get the cash together to do that. I mean, he's Rugby Player of the Year for a reason. So I think it's I don't know how much money you throw at him, but maybe Andre being there can convince him, but goodness gracious, it would be incredible.
Yeah, I think also Andre's also getting a pretty penny to play for the Bulls. So. But I mean, the Bulls, they need to try something. I mean, getting into the final, they just need something different. You can't. Yeah, I believe you can try it with.
Yeah, it could just be that statement signing that it kind of lifts the level. I mean, we just saw it with Faf, right? What he did to the Cheetahs. So it could, maybe it's the final key they need.
Yeah, and I mean, looking at the URC next year, we've saw what it takes to win the URC. I mean, when we keep looking at Leinster, they almost field an entire international team. Our teams need more Springboks to compete. I mean, not just in the URC, but in the Champions Trophy. You need incredible depth to challenge on both fronts. Firstly, and just to win one of these, you need a team with a lot of international players.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it will be a huge change. Hopefully, the Stormers can make that now. I mean, they're gonna have quite a good squad going in now. So it is interesting. I think we're also getting to that era where, because so many of these Springboks started in 2018, 2017, 2018, that they're all now coming to an age of where they're finishing. So I think we'll see a lot of them bit by bit of this generation. Because they all played so consistently for the Springboks, slowly coming back. I think we will be seeing more of it in the next 2-3 years, and probably a lot of it after the next World Cup. I expect in 28 we'll see all of them come back. So it could be really good for our rugby going forward, for sure.
Yeah, I think definitely a lot of these Oaks look to retire on this side. So we definitely open arms. It's just, can we afford these guys? But luckily, it's not me that has to pay for them. So we just want to see them in their South African teams. But on to the my moment of the week. Like I mentioned, Bangladesh actually winning against Australia. I mean, that was incredible feat. First time it's done, and I think since the 1990s, only the third Asian team to get a victory in Australia in a test. So, very, very impressive. And we've also got India and Sri Lanka playing. I'll give a quick screenshot of what's happening in that match. I thought, Sri Lanka might do better, but I mean, currently they are struggling. 460 for 9 after day 2. Day 1 had some rain, but a mammoth 167 from Parikal. And I mean, they surely would shortly declare.
I was watching this yesterday. I was watching this yesterday, and it was just quite disappointing. I mean, I think we always have high hopes for Sri Lanka, but they love to flatter to deceive. But I mean, taking nothing away from India, their quality and their depth of their squad is just again right in front of us. It's
immense.
So good, so good.
You've got a pick to make on Wednesday, Flippy. The Pakistan England. Who do you guys think will do well? Or I actually made my picks.
I also made my picks.
What do you guys think?
Let's go. Let's have Flippy go first.
Okay. I'll probably just go England because I don't know why. I'll probably go England the first game, Pakistan the second game, and then England the last game. Is it how many rounds is it?
No, it's 3 tests, and then only the tests.
I thought it's interesting. I'm only looking at I looked at the India game earlier today, but I was surprised. What's his name? The kid. What's his name? Surya Vashni. I was surprised he's not playing.
Yeah. I mean, the test match I think is a lot different than the white ball formats. But I mean, I also would have played him. I mean, when he's a generational.
I think he's got 2 caps, doesn't he?
Yeah, but not test.
No, I thought he had. I thought he made his test debut or not yet.
No, I don't think he's made his test debut. But I think he made his ODI debut, T20, and maybe his ODI debut. But I think it won't be long before we see him. I think this game, especially India needing a lot of World Test Championship points, there's not. They just won't put someone young in. There's actually high stakes, and I mean they haven't won the World Test Championship, so I think they're doing everything they can. They're not gonna gamble at the moment with the 50-year-old. But I mean Sachin started playing at 16.
Yeah.
for India.
I think they will be too strong for Pakistan. Um, it doesn't look like Shaheen Afridi is going to be fit either, so I think that's going to be
Yeah.
quite a big loss. Hopefully he can pull something out, but I think that will be a big loss. And I think England will be G'd up with Stephen Fleming and knowing they can party past 12. I think they'll be very excited by that
Exactly.
and go win. And I'm sure Stephen Fleming will tell them you can go on an absolute bender if you win. So yeah, we'll see if this English team really has a drinking problem, as everyone seems to talk about. I don't know if you guys listen to that
No,
Ben Stokes podcast, but he talks about no, England doesn't have a drinking problem. Cricket has a drinking problem, and he's like, but it's not really. So I was like,
Oh,
okay,
word.
yeah.
I think
No
that's
wonder-
the reason that's maybe the reason why I went Pakistan for the second test, because England's gonna win the first, go party, and gonna be too hungover to actually play the second one. So they're
Yeah,
gonna
somebody's going to be suspended.
yeah, and then they're gonna get a talking to, and then they're gonna win the last one. So that's the
I love how
explanation.
I love how Flippy made the pick, had no idea why he made the picks, but then afterwards discovered that he subconsciously had made the picks because of those reasons.
That's exactly what just happened.
I
I had
saw
no
the
reason.
moment- I saw the moment your brain just clicked, like, oh, I'm gonna use
A
that.
light bulb. So,
I mean, Rachel Gibbs would have liked to play in this England team. I mean, it's just party all around, eh? But yeah, I can actually, guys, show you my picks. I don't mind people seeing my picks. I actually went for Barber. It's gonna be the return of Barber Azam. I have a
Not
feeling.
going with Joe
Joe
Root.
Root.
I went with Joe Root.
Not going with Joe Root. Joe Root's captain, and his stats aren't good as captain.
I think it's
So-
gonna change with Stephen Fleming.
Yeah, Brooke is going to be dangerous. Atkinson and Josh Dunn.
you seen Harry
But
Brooks'
I might
average?
switch to Abbas.
Have you seen Harry Brooks' average, guys? It's absolutely nuts.
Yeah, he's I think the second best rated player in the world, or
Yeah,
test
his average is
batter.
something like 48 or 50 or something. It's quite
Yeah,
incredible.
yeah. So
It's good
yeah,
to see.
I mean,
It's good to see we didn't make the same picks. We only have Harry Brook in agreement there, so should make for a good test match. I wonder who Flippy's gonna pick.
nah, I'm gonna blue a blind pick. I have no clue who's in form, who's out of form, who's good, who's bad. So yeah, it's gonna be a blind call from my side.
I'll say Flippy. But yeah, the only other thing I saw on my new social media feed is yeah, AB picking his strongest ODI World Cup team. What do you guys think of this? Yeah, the only omission I see here, and what I would have liked to see is maybe Tony out and Matthew Bretske in. But I mean, Temba, yeah, Temba opening, not Quinny. What do you guys think?
Oh yeah, no Quinny. Didn't even notice that. Yeah, I mean, Tony DeZorzi in front of either of those two seems a bit insane to me. But yeah, I've not been following too much. I haven't actually watched South African cricket in quite a while. But I mean, yeah, I think with the bowlers, 100%, you wouldn't change any of that. But yeah, I think it's a lot of pressure on Ryan Rickleton then.
I mean, two all-rounders here. I mean, and you've got the 6 bowling options. I mean, always, and Aiden Markham, so you can make that 7.
I really like
mean,
the
Kevin
Corbin
Brevis
Bosch
can also
on
turn
Marco
over the arm.
Jansen. Yeah, I think the Marco Jansen and Corbin Bosch in the same team sounds incredibly exciting.
I mean, you could slot AB in there as well. Eh? He's already standing next to the poster.
Yeah,
but
you would walk in. Flippy, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm surprised the Cock isn't in this lineup yet at the moment. But looking at the rest of them, I can't really see a player that doesn't deserve to be there. So yeah, it's.
What about Tristan Stubbs?
Oh, Stubbs, yeah.
Tristan Stubbs. I mean, I guess we'll see, and I'm sure they'll start to rotate some players. But if Temba plays, definitely he needs to open, and we need that other attacking opener. But my thing is, a lot of these guys have had their chances in ODI World Cups specifically, even T20 World Cups. and they didn't win. So at what point do you say, okay, these aren't the guys that aren't going to win me a World
That's a
Cup?
good point.
Let's get some new energy. I think there's a balance. I don't even see Dave Miller here, but I mean Dave Miller, he had his chances and it didn't happen. So yeah, do you say we're not picking the same oaks and then try something new because the same thing isn't working?
Yeah, I don't know. I think you make a good point. I think, yeah, again, Tony Desorzi, shame. I feel like he's taking a beating from us here, but I don't know. I think especially there's two people I would either go with Lionel Vittoris or Tristan Stubbs, but probably Tristan Stubbs, especially having captained the Sunrisers Eastern Cape or whatever they're called. I know it was T20, but having that captain experience and that
Yes.
having to put in a shift for the team depending on the context of the game, I think that's just built something differently into Tristan Stubbs. So I think that would be, I think he has to play. I really think.
You
but
need
again,
to pick winners.
the other thing that we maybe aren't thinking about too much is we've been hurt in World Cups before for not picking players on form. Carl Abbott, we all remember that when Philander was picked. So realistically, you should wait to 3 weeks before and pick the team in form. You know, that's I think
Yeah,
really
that's a good shout.
what should happen. Yeah, I think otherwise you just shoot yourself in the foot. But I do think Tristan Stubbs has to be on the blame. Where is the World Cup?
Where or when?
Where?
It's in South
Isn't it
Africa.
Zimbabwe
Oh, wow.
or Namibia, South Africa.
Co-hosted by Zimbabwe
course.
and Namibia.
Of course, I forgot
Yeah.
about this. Okay, we must go.
I
to
don't.
that.
I even know. Even I know this, Peter. That's shocking.
Yeah, we must make a plan to go to Zim, to go to Harare.
Yeah, I think we made these
Yeah.
plans a few episodes ago. So.
Yeah, I just completely forgot about this. It's ringing the bell now.
Yeah, but the main thing on my mind is just at the moment that first test. Where are you guys going to watch the test next weekend?
From Ellis Park.
Yeah, that's going to be
Yeah.
amazing. We'll get the inside info
Yeah,
at
yeah.
the next episode.
Yeah, Flippy.
Surely
you-
a
what
few-
about you?
There's surely a few videos there from your side, Peter, so we can add it to the episode. There, listen me a sneak peek.
I'll see what I can do. You know, I'll make sure to stack my budget and
Yeah,
if can meet any ex-pros there.
maybe a selfie with Polly and the boys, you know.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Rumors of all kinds of things happening at Ellis Park, so we'll have to see how it goes. I'll just have to definitely pace myself because Ellis Park can swallow you and spit you out whole. That's for sure.
Flippy, where are you watching the game?
Probably from home. I don't really have plans, so yeah, a boarding option. But yeah,
That's okay. At least you'll be watching him. We don't,
yeah.
can't come with the
Look, that
excuse
sounded-
from I didn't
That
have time.
sounds so sad.
It is.
Sometimes that's the best place to watch at home. Then you can shout and yeah. Just
We're
go-
expecting
just go
crazy tactical analysis from you now, Flip, because there's going to be no distractions.
I'll try my best.
Yeah. No, I'll also be watching at the Braai with a couple of people, and yeah, definitely start watching the build up an hour before, and then watch the game, and then have a couple of drinks, but win or lose.
Win or lose. Absolutely, it has to be done. Honestly, I can't wait for it. I'm so excited. Honestly, I really can't wait. Ellis Park. I mean, the Bokke playing at Ellis Park against New Zealand. We've got such history there. I mean, it's just, you know
The
that
flyover while the Haka's going.
Exactly. It's definitely got to happen. I don't know what's more powerful, that happening, the flyover in Joburg or the Mavericks plane flying over the stadium in Cape Town. I mean, it's
Exactly. The Mavericks, they always time it for some reason. The
I
Mavericks
think they
play.
probably clash with the Fly Safe planes that fly over now. You know, I'm sure Mavericks are like, come on, we've been doing this for 20 years.
Yeah. That's so iconic in the suburbs and in Cape Town.
So iconic.
yeah.
And that plane, I think when the fuel prices went up, I don't think they cared. They still flying over so often. It's incredible.
Yeah. But gents, yeah, it's been a good episode, and we'll catch up after that first test. So let's hope for the Boks they can get this one over the line, and then I mean it's gonna be a good start to the series for us. Thanks, guys.
Lekker, boys.
Cheers.
Cheers.